What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about how the Dow was down 250 points, only to come roaring back at break even as we speak. So the obvious question of this day is, with Bitcoin steady at 72.5 and the miners getting blasted once again, is this market setting up a major top, or are we just going to have rolling corrections? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday to you, huh? That's always off the top of my head. I haven't rehearsed, scripted, written notes, edited a single motherfucking video in 3 years. Over 700 strong, I think 15 to 20 million views. Thank you so very much for tuning in on the start of this week. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah, another one, right? ATXI last week, we got out between 18 and 19, hit a high of 20, came out with a passing of a reverse split vote, boom, down to 1.5 and change after hours last trade, 168, not interested. We got out when there was what? Liquidity. We've got another stock right now that starts with R. It's in the weight loss space. It's up 10% or thereabouts on the day, pushing 19. We own the stock at 16, but the volume's not there. Only 470,000 shares the last I checked. We're going to need at least 3 or 4 million, as was the case with ATXI, in order to exit. We may have to do it half out as we did before, but one way or another, something tells me I'm probably going to maintain a 93% or thereabouts a win rate. What? Yes, it's true. Despite coming to you 3 or 4 times a week, we've been right 93% of the time, and yet 99% or thereabouts of my audience, my subscribers, 76,000 and change, could care less. They want to ask me about the EIDL program, which closed down 2 years ago. They don't want to talk to me because that fucking EV piece of shit at 6 and change, which is like watching paint dry, that I sold at 18 somehow made me a turncoat. Wrong. Do you realize that if you'd have sold some, half, or all of it like I did at $18, and I told you not once but twice to get out of Dodge at that very same price after the split, that you would have partaked in 39 winners since then? Go inside of our new trades channel. I'm not even talking about Ask Jason, which is over 125 winners in the last 7 months inside of our Discord. You tell me, average gain 32.8%. If you'd have had 39, 35, hell, even 20 winners at plus 38%, how much out of the ditch would you have gotten? Answer, almost all the way. But human nature as it is, it's very hard to get people to part with $1 a day, let alone $2.50 a day, 10 cents a day. Twitter X has a 1.8% conversion rate. Elon can't figure out why 98.2% of his 700 million strong is willing to pay for the blue check. Most people won't buy water from me in the desert. It has nothing to do with whether or not they like me. If anything involves a credit card, most people do not want to partake. But that's why the top 1% control more than 50% of the wealth around the world. They understand there's no such thing as a free lunch. You get what you pay for. You got to spend money to make money. So if you got $2.50 a day as of April 1st, and it's less than that now, I would highly encourage you to go over to shopsmallbiz.com. And for the first time ever, through the grace of God, we had over 400 new signups, 1,400 in a week, 1,400 this past month. That is pushing 80% year over year growth, and I haven't even sent out an email to over 14,000 strong to invite them to the all-new ShopSmallBiz.com, the #1 small business directory and Discord for stock traders. In closing, it's looking like we're going to have rolling corrections, right? They whacked NVIDIA. It was down this morning at 840 and change. That's 125 points off its all-time high just 2 days ago. They were whacking Meta. That was down over $25 from its all-time high. But the market doesn't want to budge. And as the saying goes, it's hard to kill a bull. So while we could still see a 3 to 5% correction out of nowhere on some black swan event, it looks like with the 10-year very steady at 406 that we're probably just going to have these rolling corrections with $7 trillion of dumb retail money on the sidelines, right? They weren't buying, as some of you were, on October 27th when I said buy TLT at 82.5 when the 10-year hit 5%, pushing 100, and get 162 on IWM over 208 this morning. Where is it now? Last trade, 205 and change. So look, we zig when everybody else zags. We buy stocks that are down 98, 99%, that have some sort of a setup. You might ask yourself, why in the world is Jason got us in healthcare, biotech, Snap, and by the way, that just passed committee within the last half an hour. It's still got to go through the House in terms of banning TikTok, and ultimately the Senate, I'll give it 50% odds at best. But if I had to guess, if it does go and they're going to write tariffs, China is, and forbid the sale of the code, it's going to go ultimately absolutely nowhere. But look for some sort of white knight, somebody like a Google or a Microsoft that's way over to the left that could potentially take over at 200 billion strong, a TikTok right in front of an election to help you know who's gasping for fucking air, who, by the way, is in Texas in the next day or two, and they suddenly, wait for it, they want to call a guy who murdered an innocent young woman here in my state of Georgia a newcomer. That was the nail in the coffin for me. I will never vote Democrat again. Not much surprises me. If you got some time over the weekend, Google Project 2030. No borders, digital currency, one army, and a motherfucking chip in your head that Klaus Schwab already said 3 months ago in Davos was the goal to get humanity chipped, every single one of us, by 2030. Might explain why they're letting 15 million and counting cross our border illegally. But I can't for the life of me figure this one out. How in the world could they be so fucking tone deaf and stupid to piss off millions of independents and good-minded or good-hearted or good-natured or, dare I say, intelligent Democrats by calling someone who's here illegally a motherfucking newcomer? Oh, you've got some fentanyl? Yeah, right over here, newcomer. Come on right in. Oh, you work for the cartel? No problem. Grab yourself a bottle of water, newcomer. What do you got, 17 newcomers? Yeah, no problem. Just come on right in. Oh, by the way, you're from that part of the world. You might be a terrorist. Oh, hey, everybody's welcome. You're new. Come on in, newcomer. Oh, it looks like you may have killed someone in the past and you may have done it again here in Georgia. We are not, under my fucking watch whatsoever, with respect to small biz, INC, period, ever going to refer to someone who comes across our border illegally and kills an innocent woman while she's out for a jog as a motherfucking newcomer. And until next time, always remember that I love you and thanks for watching.